Good morning, Black people. The music in the background is obviously on purpose because I think there's a choice to be made for Black people. I had a conversation last night with my boyfriend. Oh, I love that word. Anyway, I had a conversation last night and it came to my mind that Black people are moving in two directions. And also with all the stuff I see, just from day to day, I see that we're moving in two different directions. There's a group of Black people who are very enlightened or on their way to enlightenment or headed towards that path. And I see them moving forward. And then there's a group of Black people who seem to be moving towards the dark ages. And I don't say this to be rude or to be mean or to say that I'm so brilliant that I can see all things, because I can't, but a kid could see it. Now, I don't know if the people who appear to me to be moving towards the dark ages can actually turn around and come back. And maybe they're being driven that way purposely. And I say this on the, excuse my language, on the ass end of watching that video on World Star Hip Hop where the one female hit the other female in the head with the crowbar. And I'm sitting here watching her body twitch in the video, which is very disturbing. And there's so many things going on and so much happening. And a lot of it's on World Star Hip Hop, which is not a website that I visit a lot. We're being killed, mostly our men. We're killing each other. We're being attacked for no good reason, like the young man who was attacked maybe 4 months ago by the cop, who then turned around and lied, and the cop hit him in the head with his gun and the gun went off. So we're targets. Regardless of which path we're on, we're targets. But it seems like there are some people who are on that path down to the dark ages are trying to drag some of the other people with them, which is really creepy. And the scary part to me is perhaps that divide is being watched. I mean, everything's being watched, so it's not like I'm saying anything new. And maybe the ones that the owners of this earth want to keep are the ones who are destroying everything. Because anybody who understands what's going on, who is seeking enlightenment, who is seeking to find out who they really are and why they're here, and who is seeking to help our group, gets targeted. And I've seen quite a few people get targeted, mostly men, because it seems to be, for the most part, I see a lot more men standing up than women. One guy I watch a lot, Tommy Sotomayor, gets attacked. The one guy I listen to in London, Debate the Cause 3, I wish I knew his name, but he relayed his story of how he was getting attacked. And it's very sad that the world is set up in such a way that anyone who would seek to help Black people remove themselves from the abyss that we have been dropped into is immediately targeted, and most of the time these people are removed. So it really frightens me to understand what's going on, but it's just something to think about. And I'm going to get a little bit more into this because it's really, really bothering me, especially watching women hurt each other, watching them hurt their kids. I was on the train. No, excuse me, I was on the trolley. I live in Philadelphia, and I rarely ride the trolley. But I was on the trolley about a week ago, and I saw this young lady, young girl, young female, I don't know that she was a lady, with her son. And the only reason I knew he was her son is because he called her mom, because she looked that young, but then they have them young. And the little boy was crying because he wanted to play with her iPhone. And he kept saying, I didn't get a turn, and he was just crying his little eyes out. And I mean, yeah, you're not supposed to indulge your kids 100%, I get that. And even though he had his own toys, she didn't engage with him at all. at one point she was looking at her text messages, and then she turned on her music and put on her headphones to tune this kid out. Of course, he kept crying. And at one point, she hit him in the mouth with her hand, which didn't seem to faze him. And then she elbowed him, which also did not seem to faze him. The tears, it seemed, were because he couldn't get a hold of the iPhone. And I thought, it's really sad. This child is so accustomed to the abuse from his mom that he doesn't even react to the abuse. He just reacts from an object being taken away from him. And these are the women who are raising children in our society. And it's really creepy. And I thought, here's another black man to be who's probably going to grow up and hate black women because of what his mom did to him. And it just bothers me. But she, from what I could see, she was definitely not on the road to enlightenment. And it's, I don't know. Just give it some thought, and I will revisit this because I want to look a little bit more into the Dark Ages and kind of compare that to what's going on in the black community right now. But I will leave you with this. You do have a choice. We always have a choice. I could just as easily be out on the street corner selling my cookie or robbing somebody or killing people instead of getting up every day and going to work. You know, I could just as easily have 3 or 4 men, you know, running around and doing whatever I want to do, but I choose to be with one man because I believe this is how it's supposed to be. So I make a choice every day, and everybody who gets up, who God, the real God, allows to get up every day can make a choice. So you can get with this enlightenment or you can get with that Dark Ages, but it's a choice. I caution you all to choose wisely. Peace and love, black people.